let's talk about Microsoft.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yes.
what happened? What happened
okay.
here?
So we were wandering around and... no, they had maps, so we're looking at the maps of like where the booths were. There was one that said Microsoft. We're like, oh, Microsoft's here. Because no Nintendo, no
First
Sony.
I'm hearing of it. We couldn't see anything. Because usually you'd expect like a big Microsoft banner or like a logo on the top of the ceiling.
Roof. Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. And then we go to where the Microsoft booth is, and it just says Zapcat Gamer Passage on the front. And we're like, is this the thing? It was a makeshift store, and then we go in.
It's like Game Crazy or like old style EB Games, and it's just like.
So there's a bunch of shelves set up.
What's the vision here? It wasn't even old game cases. It was cardboard cutouts of StarCraft. And...
Was it made up games?
No, it was real games. It was Halo 1 and 2.
That's right.
StarCraft, Skyrim, I think, as well.
But like, nothing on display. It was just meant to be sort of
screaming
an
Microsoft
immersive,
either.
Yeah, it was meant to be some sort of immersive experience, but no Microsoft labeling anywhere other than a little Halo demo or the original Halo running on an original Xbox, like in the corner. And that was the only Microsoft thing there.
That was it. And they tried to sway our vote with free gumballs. But we're not that easily persuaded, guys. No. You can't just give us gumballs and expect the world of you. You gotta bring something to the table. And so I think the whole thing this year, I don't know what it was like last year or where they had a booth last year, but the whole thing was that they were advertising Game Pass.
Yes, and that was more obvious. There were like two rooms set up. The first one with the makeshift video game store, and then you walked further in, and there was just another room with various computers set up with Game Pass games. But they weren't new PCs. They were just like
standardized, and they weren't new games either. They Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy,
and
Minecraft.
They weren't exclusives either. So
Forza Horizon.
It was really weird. The only thing they were sort of advertising in there, it was a Microsoft and Lenovo joint sort of booth. So I think all the PCs were Lenovo. There was one
that
widescreen.
Just confuses things, mate.
Yeah.
It's like what's the goal here? You know.
What are you selling me? A Game Pass, I guess, but.
Well, you're not selling it to me very well because I had to play Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on a mouse and keyboard. So
exactly.
That's like that's not ideal.
It was weird. And then the only thing they were sort of selling was this or advertising was like a widescreen Lenovo monitor, which looks gorgeous. They were running
it was nice.
Forza 5, which is on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a weird showing for Microsoft.
Yeah, it's just
pretty
odd.
Disappointing.
Odd behavior. I feel like if they wanted to advertise Game Pass, they should have done it on Xbox hardware, because there's enough PC representation at PAX, right?
Already.
Yeah, from all the different PC part makers and that type of thing. And also, like, didn't the Series X that's their flagship console, you know? Wouldn't you want to, instead of advertising someone else's hardware, why wouldn't you advertise Xbox, you know?
Strange showing from them. And also, having the their booth like boxed in rooms. You didn't know what.
It was so unassuming.
I know, it was just a big brick box. Doom Guy was at the front, sort of, and that was the only.
When I think of Xbox, I don't think of Doom Guy, you know.
I know, yeah.
Like, there should have been like a Master Chief stand or something. Like,
like they did buy Bethesda, so I guess maybe they're trying to.
It's just, it doesn't make sense, mate. It doesn't make sense. And
doesn't make sense.
Bethesda, even more disappointing than Microsoft.
Nothing from, no booth from them, but they weren't present. No games, no booth. They were just present in like just sort of random marketing around the outside.
Spirit.
Yeah, so there was an Indiana Jones photo opportunity, which no one was at. There was an employee there by herself, and no one was in line. No one was taking photos.
Yeah,
and there was like some Doom. What's the new Doom game?
Doom Dark Ages or something.
Yeah, so there were posters for Doom, the Dark Ages, up and around. But other than that, nothing. Bethesda were also kind of a no-show.
Yeah, which is a shame because if one game from Bethesda that I did want to play was the Indiana Jones game, and now that look, I don't know how far along that is in development. Well, I'm just looking it up when it releases. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Awful name, by the way, just so you know. But it releases in December of this year. This would have been the perfect preview game for Bethesda.
Again, I think it's just be it PAX being in the southern hemisphere. Maybe they just don't want to fly down.
But they had a booth in general. Away. It's just it boggles the mind, mate.
It's like people don't want to put in the effort for PAX Australia, which is sad because I think they are for PAX West and East in
like
the US.
It's not only Australians that come here, mate. It's you know
exactly. There's people from New Zealand, people from all over the country, and it was busy.
It was busy, absolutely, and yeah. So I feel like if they should have brought some more heat to the game. I think Bethesda. Indiana Jones is a game that I want to demo before I buy. Because it is a first-person Indiana Jones action game, and that does raise a few red flags for me personally. But so yeah, it would have been great to test it out before I jump on it.
I hope PAX doesn't go the E3 route and it's just gone in a few years.
It's just out of here.
No one's showing up. Yeah. Sega is really carrying PAX Australia.
Mate,
right
they
I hope
got
Nintendo show up. Next year.
Well, maybe Nintendo was a one-off.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and if Xbox bloody steps up their game and actually but actually showcases the games that they're releasing, that might be also good too.
Yes, but yeah, definitely more of like a PC showcase.
Absolutely. Like the emphasis on PC gaming was astronomical, and I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a console gamer, more so. But I do understand that there is such a big audience for PC gaming, esports, MMORPGs, you know, there's so many different avenues, and I feel like there was really an emphasis on PC hardware this year.
And so, shout out to the Cooler Master booth.
The Cooler Master.
Cooler Master. If no one's been to PAX, basically every like half an hour, one of the PC manufacturers, they'll do this thing where they'll get out like hype guys with microphones to throw t-shirts into a crowd,
all sorts of swag,
give out merch. And so me and my brother, we got we just happened to be next to the Cooler Master booth as they're starting this, and so we're right at the front.
It's like something out of a movie. They're like, we need one volunteer.
Yeah, and then they had like this planking competition, and then my brother put his hand up. And then he got all the gamers to plank, and then he won a bag because of it. And then later on, they're like, who else wants to do a planking competition? So I put my hand up. I planked against a little girl, and she was planking for like 5 minutes. And I was stressing out.
You had that meme of the guy with the veiny forehead. You were like planking for like I
was not gonna lose. I was gonna absolutely destroy. I earned my Cooler Master jumper. That's my prized possession for PAX.
You did.
But my back was
if
destroyed.
If there's any consolation, other people that were in the crowd probably couldn't have gone as long as you. So that's good.
Yeah. And some people were cheering me on.
Oh, that's always a little self-esteem.
If you're listening to this and you saw the white t-shirt planking guy, it was either me or my brother. Thanks for cheering me on. It was good fun.
You gave him a little serotonin boost, a little bit of a dopamine hit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like such
PC,
PC representation. The Cooler Master, MSI, ROG, all sorts of Aftershock,
and a lot of racing sims as well. Yeah. So the big draw this year was handheld consoles. You had obviously the Steam Deck, and then MSI had theirs. And a few others had like, I think it was 8-Bit Dough had a case for the Switch.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it was, handheld devices and racing sims were the big two high-ticket items of PAX this year. I did get to try out one at the LG booth. Oh no, it was called the DIN X All-Around Professional Racing Simulator. There you go. I don't know what game I was playing. I tried to look it up. There was no advertising on what we were actually playing, but it was fun. We were racing around
all he knew is that there was a car that went vroom and he drove it.
It went vroom.
It felt like a car.
Yeah, and then so they were using 3 LG TVs sort of surrounding. It was very immersive.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's.
I feel like in that atmosphere, PAX is the perfect place to showcase something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Because how many houses are you going to go to when they've got
Yeah,
a racing sim?
I
So
think
it's
I've
like the
only met
place.
one person in my entire life that has a proper racing sim.
Yeah.
So it's definitely niche. But I feel like very like it's a showcase. It's a showcase of what hardware they're making, and I think it's perfect fit.
The best of the best.
Yeah.
And there was another one at the I think it was at the Cooler Master booth on the other side that had hydraulics on the bottom.
Oh,
of
that's
sim.
incredible.
We did line up at like PAX closed at 6, and at like 5 o'clock we started lining up. But they shut the line before us.
There was
They
also
said,
that
you can't use it.
No, not allowed. The cars are out of fuel.
Yes.
In this game.
That's how it works.
They also
Wow,
had...
it's really immersive.
Yeah, that's it. That's the next real racing sim, is the cars run out of fuel.
Yeah.
I bet you Gran Turismo 8's going to do that, and they're going to charge microtransactions for more fuel.
To keep playing.
Yeah, absolutely. That Polyphony Digital, I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, and they also had like the flight sim as well. You know, on top of car racing.
Of course. And had these cool like curved screens
Yeah.
that went not sideways, they went vertically.
Yeah.
That was again cool, but like 5 people might buy them. Again, yeah, this is...
Well, I looked at one of the prices and it was like $40K for like a racing sim, and I'm like, I can buy a real car for that money. That's like a good real car for that money. I'm chilling, man. I'm good.
No, I'm good. Anything else you want to talk about before we move on to the indie games?
I just think, look, I feel like there was more of an emphasis on PC gaming. Esports is a big thing as well. There were a bunch of Rainbow Six Siege showcases and tournaments on the Friday especially, and then there was also League and Dota 2 and that type of thing. So those are always popular at PAX, you know, the sort of esports showcases.
Yeah.
Very entertaining to watch, especially someone who isn't really into that scene. It was sort of my introduction to Siege esports. So yeah, little gold star for PAX right there. They get a little little gold star, ribbon that says you tried.